Welcome to the Robert C. Williams Museum of Paper Making Paper Play Series. My name is Anna and I'm the Education Curator for the museum. Today we will be making the fighter jet paper airplane, which is a really beautiful fold. So all you're going to need is one sheet of computer paper. An 8.5 by 11 sheet will do just fine. I'm using a blue sheet of paper so that you can see what I'm doing on my white countertop here. Another tool that I'm going to be using is a bone folder to help make sure my creases are really nice and sharp. You don't have to use one, but you can if you'd like. If you don't have one, you can use a popsicle stick here or another tool that you can use to scrape along an edge to make it nice and sharp. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate my paper here. And I'm going to start by folding my paper in half, hot dog style. And I'm going to smoothly fold that down, making sure nice clean fold. And then I'm going to open it back up. And I'm going to take my corners now and I'm going to fold them in towards the center. So I'm going to make sure I line that edge up. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold it down. And I'm going to make sure I line up my edge here. And I'm going to go ahead and fold it down. And then I'm going to go over my corners here with my bone folder. Now I'm actually going to take this edge here and fold it to the center line as well. So I'm going to come and fold down to the center line and go over that fold with my bone folder. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to fold to that center line, keeping those wings as even as possible, being careful as I get to the top to make sure I have a nice beautiful point with my fighter jet. And I'm going to bring that fold down and go over it with my bone folder. And now I'm going to take the top of my paper airplane and I'm going to fold it down to the bottom here. And again, I want to make sure that it's just nice and straight and lined up well. And I'm going to flatten that fold down. If it starts to pucker, just flatten it down. And I'm going to go over this edge with my bone folder. And then you can see here where my diagonals, they intersect with each other. That's where I want to fold the top of my fighter jet up. So I'm going to make a nice clean fold there going up, and again I'm going over those folds of my bone folder to make sure they're nice and sharp. And then I'm going to flip my paper over and I'm going to take these corners into the center line. So I'm going to take this top corner here and I'm going to fold into my center line and smooth that fold down. And then I'm going to take the fold on the other side and do the same thing. I'm going to fold into the center line. I want to make sure that top corner is really sharp so that corner doesn't quite want to fold nicely, so I'm going to kind of help it fold. And I'm going to smooth it down. And then I'm going to go back over that fold. This part, I'm going to go from my fold. I don't want to go this way because I could get caught on that fold edge, but I'm going to just, from just above that edge, go over my folds here and also here. Just make sure they're nice and good and flat. And then from here, I'm actually going to fold in. So I'm going to fold my plane in half. I want to make sure I get a nice clean fold with the point. And I want to make sure I line up my back wings here so they're as even as I can make them. And then I'm going to go over my folds with a bone folder. And then I'm ready to start making my wings. So I'm gonna come back on this side here, and I am going to fold this part in half. And I'm starting to get a lot of layers of paper here. So I'm actually gonna kind of roll the paper to help it fold because it does not want to. So I'm gonna kind of coax this top edge here to fold in half, nice and easy for me. And then I'm going to coax this middle part here because it is really thick paper there at this point. I'm gonna go back and check my top fold and smooth that fold down. And then I'm gonna come back and do the same thing on the other side. I've got my fold here, and I want to take my airplane in a lot of layers of paper here. Just redefining that point if you need to. And I'm going to start rolling that paper in so I can get a nice tip. Want to make sure I'm matching that fold with the other side. And I'm going to run down all these folds. And then our very last step is to just add some wingtips. I'm going to take this top edge here and I'm going to fold it down just a smidgen to give myself some wingtips. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, folding it to the same length so that I have my wingtips. And then there we go. We have the fighter jet, which I look forward to testing and seeing how it's gonna fly. So thank you for joining us this afternoon for Paper Play, and enjoy flying your airplanes.